Sewage, overflowing from the region's antiquated sewer system, backing up into basements and our neighborhood streets. Scenes like this are all too familiar in many of our towns. That's because when it rains, even as little as a quarter inch, the problems begin. The storm water enters the sewer system not only through leaky pipes and old manhole covers, but also through direct connections, such as sump pumps, downspouts, yard drains, even foundation footing drains that are connected to our sewers.
The sewer system is designed to accept sewer from residences and businesses. When it rains, the stormwater takes up the capacity of that sewer pipe, and that combined sewer and storm water has to go somewhere. It eventually goes either into a basement, into the street, or to the plant, which has to be diverted into the river.
The sewage overflows also spill into our local streams and rivers. It happens all too often, about 50 times a year in the greater Hartford region.
Sewage in basements where it's not supposed to be is a major problem for all the towns that are part of the MDC system. And getting clean water out of that sewage system is critical to trying to protect these homeowners.
The sewage, still in the pipes, then continues its path from the suburbs, flowing through parts of the sewer system that was built in the 1840s for a population of 30,000, not the 400,000 people in the 8-member towns it serves today. Several sections of the system were later upgraded with a pipe technology widely used in the 1930s called a combined sewer system. Many urban areas, including Hartford, have this system. It's one pipe in the street that carries both the sewage and storm water. But when there's a rainstorm, the pipe can't handle all the additional storm water as it mixes with the sewage and overflows into our streets and homes.
I know the traffic flow was always disturbed when the manhole covers would come out of the street when we had excessive rain.
People in this area has suffered from rain and backups and sewage and other things in their homes, and that's a sanitary problem.
As the sewage continues to rush towards the Hartford treatment plant, the sewer system is easily overwhelmed. The overflows spill over 1 billion gallons of raw sewage at multiple points into the Connecticut River every year. The untreated sewage travels downstream towards Long Island Sound, impacting marine life and creates a wide range of health and environmental issues.
Sewage overflows have two pollutants of concern. The first one is organic matter. The organic matter, as it decomposes in the water, consumes oxygen, and as the oxygen is lowered, it becomes detrimental to aquatic species living in the water. The second pollutant of concern, and perhaps the more important one, is bacteria.
And that's a fundamental public health threat when your children are being told not to walk in extreme rain events in puddles because they might be contaminated with sewage, not to go near local streams, and not to swim in the Connecticut River and Long Island Sound.
Our current sewer system also impacts our ability to support economic growth in the region.
Well-functioning sewer system is important to economic development. Our efforts to try to create additional development in these urban areas is necessary to have a well-functioning sewer system.
The problems we face with our antiquated sewer system are not unique to the region. Most sewer systems in the Northeast face similar issues. In 2006, the federal and state governments, concerned that the all-too-frequent sewage overflows create public health and environmental risks, mandated massive overhauls to improve our local system and issued an $850,000 fine. The response to the government mandate, the Clean Water Project, a multi-phase program that'll take 15 years to complete. Its goal is to reduce overflows of raw sewage and reduce nitrogen discharges into the Connecticut River. The Clean Water Project is creating a new highway of sewer lines under our streets. Referendums to authorize the funding for phases 1 and 2 were approved overwhelmingly by voters in the 8-member towns in 2006 and again in 2012. The project is on time and on budget and in compliance with the consent decree. It is already reducing nitrogen levels in the Connecticut River and correcting some of the sewage overflow problems this region has endured for years.
MDC is doing a great job. They're on top of this. Not all the older cities are as on schedule as MDC.
They've done it very conscientiously, where if there's been an effort to save money, they have been able to do that.
I think the results are showing that we're on the right track.
Overall, it's been a success thus far. We have tackled the projects that we have identified. They are working on the projects. They're starting to complete some of the early projects so that people can actually go out and see how they come out.
While it's impossible to get all the storm water out of the system, in order to meet the guidelines and deadlines of the mandate, the MDC developed 5 components for the Clean Water Project. Remove the inflow and infiltration of storm water into the sewer pipes. Separate the old combined sewer pipes. Construct larger interceptor pipes. Construct 2 storage tunnels. And upgrade and increase the capacity of the Hartford and Rocky Hill water pollution control facilities. The first priority for MDC customers is limiting the storm water from entering the system. It begins with what is called inflow, all the unnecessary storm water coming from your home that's added to the sanitary sewer pipe. Water from downspouts, foundation drains, driveway drains, and sump pumps overload the main sewer during periods of rain, causing a mixture of sewage and storm water to overflow into the street and back into your homes.
There needs to be a concerted effort to divert the inflow away from the sewer system and to the storm drain system.
Infiltration refers to all the water leaking into the sewers from cracked or broken pipes, faulty pipe connections, storm runoff, or deteriorated manholes.
If you don't redirect the water, then the storm water goes into the sewage treatment plant. And so the sewage treatment plant has to be bigger and bigger and bigger to accommodate all this extra water that they don't really need to treat.
The MDC has been busy making improvements in your neighborhoods, incorporating a process called pipelining, where resin-coated felt tubing is pulled into the existing pipe. Steam is then circulated throughout the tubing, cueing the resin and forming a tight-fitting, jointless, corrosion-resistant pipe within a pipe. This non-invasive method is less disruptive to neighborhoods and businesses and extends the life of the pipe up to 50 years. The second component is aimed at separating the old combined sewer system. In a typical sewer separation project, as in the city of Hartford, a second pipe is added in the street. In this example, the new pipe will serve as a sewer for household waste, and the existing combined sewer will remain in place as the dedicated storm pipe. Once construction of the sewer separation in the street is complete, a pipe must then be connected to each and every home and business. Over 43 sewer separation projects are needed. They make up 160 miles of the system, making it a long-term effort of the Clean Water Project. All work will be completed by 2021. When sewage and storm water flow in from district towns under Hartford streets, the combined flows exceeds the capacity of the existing sewer pipes. Large interceptor pipes are being installed to increase capacity and convey the flow to the treatment plant. Since not all storm water can be prevented from entering the sewer system within the time frame set by the federal mandate, a balance between removal and treatment must occur.
There's going to be 2 storage tunnels for this project. One is the South Hartford storage tunnel. It's going to go from the suburbs in West Hartford and Newington all the way to the Hartford treatment plant in the south end. It's about 3 miles long, 26 feet in diameter, and it's going to hold 50 million gallons. So really the purpose of that tunnel is to store the flow when it rains to when the treatment plant in the system can take it. And then once the flows go down a little bit, we can pump it into the treatment plant and it can be treated accordingly. There'll be a second tunnel in the northern portion of Hartford. Again, this one will be about 3 miles long, 26 feet in diameter, and again, 50 million gallons.
The final step is to increase the capacity of 2 of the treatment plants in the system, which provides the largest environmental benefit. The Hartford plant treats sewage from 6 of the district's towns, including Hartford, the region's business hub. The smaller Rocky Hill plant treats sewage from Rocky Hill and Weathersfield.
The overall work of the Clean Water Project, significant amount will occur here at the Hartford Water Pollution Control Facility. We have 3 construction projects that are either done or nearing completion, another one that is just starting, and a major engineering project just underway. These projects not only will improve the capacity of the plant, to handle more of those flows that we want to keep out of the Connecticut River. The first project, Ultraviolet Disinfection Project, went online in April of this year. This allows us to disinfect the wastewater safely before it's released to the Connecticut River. Prior to having this ultraviolet disinfection building, we used chemicals. This building allows us to disinfect the water in a much safer manner using light in a very specific wavelength to disinfect the wastewater, eliminating the need for chemicals. At this point last year, there was just a large hole in the ground and the contractor was beginning to pour concrete. So you can see in that relatively short amount of time, we've made very significant progress here. As you can see, the facility is nearly complete. The next project that we are substantially complete on is the addition of 2 aeration tanks and 2 final settling tanks in the aeration process. These 4 new tanks complemented the original 6 tanks from the 1970s, and it gave us additional capacity to treat the wastewater and remove additional nitrogen. The third project that is nearly complete is our waste heat recovery project. It will provide us a clean, green source of electricity at the Hartford Water Pollution Control Facility. Wastewater treatment is very energy intensive because of all the large pieces of equipment and the very large volume of water that we treat on a daily basis, approximately 60 million gallons a day. This project will allow us to take heat that currently goes into the atmosphere, put it through large boilers to make steam. The steam will go to a turbine connected to a generator that at max capacity can produce nearly 40% of the electricity this facility uses. The BNR Phase 2 project, that is our nitrogen removal process, is going back and rehabbing the 1970s facilities to bring them up to the current standards. It also is removing some very energy inefficient equipment and replacing it with very energy efficient compressors. This will also save us a significant amount of electricity. One significant project that is currently in an engineering phase is the wet weather expansion project. This will allow the Hartford treatment facility to accept more of the wet weather flows that cannot be separated from the collection system of the Metropolitan District area. So the plant will be expanded to take in a larger amount of wet weather flows, and at that time we will also modernize some of the equipment that has been running non-stop at this plant from the 1930s. This will be a very large and complex project that will take several years of construction, but it will be the final piece at the Hartford plant.
The treatment plant continues to be fully operational, concurrent even with the significant infrastructure improvements taking place.
Well, operating a facility of this size can present many challenges in and of itself. During construction, those challenges are significantly increased. Our permit needs to be met 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless of what the contractors are currently doing.
All the work at the plant is on target and on budget. The Clean Water Project also includes several innovative initiatives. One is a model outreach program designed to ensure good communication between contractors, neighborhoods, and businesses.
We manage each property owner's expectations to make sure when the construction that the district is doing in conjunction with their consultants and contractors is done, they're satisfied with the end result.
My experience has been very good. I was kept aware right from day one before anything was touched or done. I thought it was a great group that came, made me aware every single day. I don't think anybody has anything to worry about because they're willing to work with you as a business to keep you going.
There was so much thoroughness in terms of preparing the residents for what was to come.
MDC been very cooperative. MDC informed me everything is going to happen, and so far, no complaints at all.
Another highlight is a national award which recognized the first ever use of curved microtunneling technology in the U.S. This innovative construction method minimized disruption to local businesses, commuters, and saved time and money.
The opportunity for all the communities to participate in a regional effort to come together to clean water in the state of Connecticut.
Having that sewage system that is adequately sized and protect it against these heavy rains is critical to the health of our neighborhoods, the quality of our streets, the quality of our life in the greater Hartford area.
Finally, another component that will be key to the long-term success of the Clean Water Project is the MDC customer. By participating in low-tech, low-cost programs, you can divert water from the sewer lines in the first place.
Everybody could do their part. The less clean water that we get into the system, the less we have to treat, and it doesn't need to be treated. So things like rain leaders, your downspouts, sump pumps, driveway drains, all those kinds of things, if we can get those out of the sewer system and just splashing on the ground or direct them to a storm drain system, we're much better off.
Through the Clean Water Project, we've started building a sewer system for our towns that's more than just about pipes and tunnels. It's about protecting the quality of life and ensuring economic viability for the region. The Clean Water Project is slated for completion in 2021, and the MDC is proud to report that it's meeting the goals set forth by government mandates. Our mission is to create cleaner and healthier neighborhoods like this one you see right here, but we need to work together to make it all happen. While we work on the Clean Water Project, you can learn more about what you can do to help protect your family and community from sewage overflows. You can also stay informed through this television program on your local cable access station, visiting our website, or liking us on Facebook. Visit us at www.themdc.com to learn more about doing your part, and we will all benefit. Thanks for taking time out with us to learn more about this important issue.